Hey Leo, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do your November read, see what's going on. If it's yours, you'll know. If it's not yours, you'll also know. You know. So, coming out of the gate, we have the Fool reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, and then we have the Magician. If you've been going a particular way that you weren't really feeling good about, like there was something about it that wasn't sitting with you, because the Fool's always like a lovely energy, right? Like, there's like an optimism, there's a kind of ambition to it, but it's not really like super focused. And the Queen of Cups reversed, she's the one that kind of deals with the emotions, the nurturing, kind of being cool. So there's something you don't want to be cool about anymore and just kind of going with the flow. The Magician still kind of has that, ambitious, let's do it vibe, but it's starting to get more focused because the Fool is the 0, the Magician's the 1. Drop the 0, get with the hero. That's what I'm hearing. I did watch Cool as Ice. I am so sorry. That's so old and such a bad movie. But we have something that you're dropping because you want something more. It's not even tangible. It's like you want something more laid out. You want to be more focused. You want to be more useful. You want to be something about this, like your manifestation thing, like going with the flow was fine, but you want like purpose seems like a heavy word, but planned, a little more plans, like you want to be able to write something in the day planner. On Tuesday we manifest some money, like whatever it may be. Let's see. So the Magician, what is Leo manifesting here? Oh, the Page of Swords. I feel like you're at the beginning phase of it, but at the same time, who's this guy? It is the 9 of Wands reversed. You're open. I almost feel like you're taking that going with the flow energy and remaining open with it. Now, Page of Swords, I do love this Page of Swords because the little bear has his back to you, but he's also in the middle of this windstorm and like on the top of a, mountain there in the water and the whole thing. It's really fun just because it's almost like a bring it energy. And this 9 of Wands reversed, you're open to it. Like any kind of blocks, it's almost just like a come on. And with this Page of Swords, it could be stuff coming towards you now because you do have a little bit more of an openness. There is a little bit more channeled. Or you could actually just be looking for these things to pop up anymore, as opposed to just like, it's fine. No, what about this? Yeah, eight of Pentacles. You pick something. There's a more of a deliberateness to things. There's more of a mastery that you'd rather be doing. A little more structure. The World. Yeah, it's like you want to move into this new phase. Go with the flow, no mo. And with this 9 of Wands, that was a chunk. I love it though. It's the Sun, Queen of Wands, and then the Knight of Wands. All right, my little fire sign. It's you. Basically, just taking bull by the horns, and we're going and we're doing. So you really are kind of closing out a chapter of like, it's fine. I'll just see what happens. Like there is no more see what happens. Like you are the see what happens. So let's see. Go on to the Oracle here. I mean, I love it when it's that clear. It's like, there's just a nice focus. You got yourself. Also, I think the opportunities are popping up and you're recognizing the opportunities on top of it. Now, this is kind of more a relationship-y read. Okay. The Bouquet and the Heart. So there is stuff coming your way. And I'm reading it in a relationship way, but this could, like I said, opportunities. Things are popping up that you probably could not have engineered if you tried. Yeah. The Lion with the medal. That is recognition. This is like a 6 of Wandsy energy, and the Lion is the surprise. It's also you, but you are kind of getting validation, acknowledgement. Over here you have the Fox. And before I talk, and then you have train track, which means things are kind of moving and grooving. Things are on track. Things are scheduled. Like I said, there's a deliberateness to trains because if you want them to go where they're supposed to, they have to stay on track. When it gets derailed, that's bad. You don't want that. It needs to show up at the station at a particular time. It has a destination. It stays on track. So I feel like you feel more in that groove anyway. Now this fox over here, foxes can sometimes be, cunning in a not good way, but let's see which way this fox is going. Yeah, I think, let me see what the challenge is before. Yeah, it's the fish, and ultimately, over on this side you have the scythe with the fox. I feel like if you're dealing with other people, they see this shift and they realize like they have to cut out any kind of shenanigans. Or any kind of shenanigans are not going to work on you because, say you were going with the flow and you surrounded yourself with people who also go with the flow. And not that that's a bad thing, but when you make a move to be more deliberate to do your stuff and they're like, hey, Leo, like, what are you doing? And you're like, I have plans, like I have things to do. They might realize like, okay, well, you're not vibing the same way. I don't think there's anything malicious to it. I think people might be a little inspired or motivated by seeing you do this stuff. Or they also know that it's like, okay, I gotta be straight with Leo. Like, there is no, like I said, no shenanigans. The challenge is the emotions, the fish. Also, it could be in a work sense if you're into something that you might not be seeing the money yet. That could be an issue where it's like you are motivated to do this stuff, but if you can't get the gains immediately, it might feel like you're slower. Like you don't have the capital to do something, or that could be a concern because it's like, well, I'm being motivated to quit my job and do this startup thing. Well, you might not see the benefits for however long. So just keep in mind, like having, um, you know, doing things logically, even if you have this whole like, woo, let's go. Just kind of keep grounded and aware of what can be within your means. So that could be the challenge there. So you could have strong emotions to do the stuff, but you might not have the capital or the resources to actually really get moving the way you want to. So that could be the challenge there. Ultimately, though, you have the swords, the lilies, and the house. The swords kind of speaks to that. It's having to kind of defend, guard, but in, I think, a way of standing your ground more so that, like, if this is the way that you feel you need to go, you have to have a little bit of conviction behind it, because the lilies, it's like a Wheel of Fortune card. The stability is on the other side with the home. All of this is on the other side, but there is a little bit of a steadfastness. I feel like just as quickly as this stuff happens, the letting it settle is going to take a little bit. Finally seeing the benefits of the things you've been doing could take a little bit, because like we said with the train track, you don't just like throw down a train track. Like, you have to build the train track, you have to build the stations, you have to make the timetable, like all that kind of practical junk. And then trains, they're not like the fastest mode of transportation, so I think you need to be, patient in that level of it. But with the bouquet and the heart, there's something that is more fulfilling in terms of the offers coming to you. Also, I feel like people, like I said, they're more genuine coming towards you because they see your authenticness in things. I do want one more on this scythe and fox business. What is that about? Yeah, I feel like they just want the best, because then you have the wine and then you have the garden. But at the same time, remember how they were just like, go with the flow? Like, somebody could just want to have a good time and they're totally for you and what you're doing, but like, I don't know if you can expect them to get their hands dirty. And I don't mean that in like a negative, they're lazy way, but like they have their own stuff and you got your own thing. So yeah, like I said, there is kind of a little bit of a hurdle here because you need to figure out which way you're going. And like I said, the resources might not be there immediately. Like you can't quit your job with no money in the bank and then go do something else. You know what I mean? So there is like a practicality element that is going to be the annoying part. That's the thing that you're like, ugh, you mean I actually have to like do a spreadsheet or something? But here we go. Because you have all this wonderful like, let's go energy. But I think you're up to the task, though. It's not like you don't want to do it, but it's a little like, ugh. But the lightning with the ring, it's almost like the second you're like, I wish this would show up, it shows up. It's like, I need this one kind of thing. And then that shows up. So there is, I feel like you do get kind of nudges and help along the way, because the bouquet, that's offers. It's stuff coming in. It's almost like the sun energy, where the sun is, offers, opportunities, things of that nature. And then you're available to take them, and you see them for what they are, because you've been waiting to get these kind of nudges. But like I said, there's an element of standing your ground, and the stuff might not show up lickety split, but it'll get there, and I think you'll be surprised where it comes from. Now, closing it out with an oracle card here, Sanctuary. Okay, it's not like Quasimodo. I always think of Notre Dame, Hunchback of Notre Dame with that. But there is some kind of safety. When I think sanctuary, it's like you're safe, you're okay, you're protected. And what about the sanctuary? Ooh, card down. We have love. Yeah, so I feel like there's room and there's space for what you want and what you want to be doing. And it's like finally go time, Leo. So, all right. I'll see you for mid-November reads, and I'll talk to you later.